I'm going to show you what I did to create a straight cut using this particular tool here. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today ngayong araw gagawa ako ng aking computer desk, and what I have here is my one whole sheet of plywood, and I'm going to cut this one into the pieces that I need for the fabrication of the office table. But then before I'm going to show you how I build this computer table, I'm going to show you what I did to create a straight cut using this particular tool here. So this tool is I actually made this one for myself using this particular circular saw. So this particular track that I made for myself is made out of aluminum cladding. So sa mga hindi nakakaalam kung ano yung aluminum cladding is yung mga ginagamit sa mga building na ginagawang facade, which is yung mga colorful. So this one is in color red. So the good thing about using this type of material is that because this one is aluminum and then the inlay is plastic, so kahit na iiwan mo siya sa labas, maulan na, mainitan, walang problema, hindi siya masisira kasi nga ano siya, aluminum and plastic. So this particular circular saw track is basically made for this circular saw, which is the Inco circular saw, a 1400 watt circular saw. And this one, I made this one 4 years ago because this circular saw track that I made is I actually salvage the material that I used for this one when I was working in a construction company. I was asked to manage a whole a big construction of a warehouse. So the cladding for the warehouse, there's a lot of waste and there's a lot of cut-offs, and fortunately I salvage a lot. But before I salvage most of the waste for the cladding that they use for the facade is I first ask the owner if is it fine for me to get some aluminum cladding. So I actually made a lot of project using this type of materials. I made a cabinet for the clothes of my for my son, and then I also made a toolbox made out of the same material, aluminum cladding. So basically what I did here is that very simple. So what I did is that I just get the factory edge, which is this one. So the factory edge of every panels, for example plywood or MDF or whatever materials, or this aluminum cladding is straight out of the factory. So that's what I use as the first or the guide. And also this one here, there's a small strip inside here. So actually this one is two sheet of aluminum cladding. So I have one at the bottom kung saan ang circular saw ay sa slide, so nakapatong lang to sa itaas. So I'm going to show you later if kung paano ko siya ginagamit. So but first we're going to discuss about this one. So what I did here is that I just cut around maybe 3 inches. So 2.5 inches. This one, this strip here, this one is 2.5 inches of the same material, aluminum cladding. And what I did is that I just fastened this top material to the bottom with using a rivet. So the head is on the bottom, so I countersunk every head so that it would be flush with the surface for example plywood, if I'm going to cut a plywood. So the protruding part is here at the top because the circular saw is sitting in this part and not in here, so it's fine. So it's not really beautiful, but then it's very functional and it's very useful. I actually made a hole here para kung hindi ko siya ginagamit, I'm just going to put it in the wall. So that's very handy. So I'm going to show you a little bit of a close up on how to use this one and how I did this one. So this is the side view, or the kind of the section. So this one, this top part here is the one that I've said a while ago. So here's what I did. So the protruding part of the rivet, it's at the top, and then that's what I did to sandwich them. So it's still moving, but then it's fixed into its place. So kapag pinatong ko yung circular saw dito, hindi siya nagmo-move. So that's basically very simple. So this part here is going to be the part where the circular saw is going to be laid, and this particular edge here is going to be the guide for the circular saw. So here I'm going to transfer. So yung unang ginagawa ko pag ginagamit itong circular saw track ko is first is kinukuha ko muna yung measurement ng ikakat ko. So first I'm kinukuha ko yung measurement. For example, this case ikakat ko itong 0.1 meter here, then 0.1 meter also I'm going to measure it here. Then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to align this edge here with this line that I made, that I measured. So it's here, it's aligned, and then also in here it's aligned. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put the circular saw here. So something like this one. So if I'm going to put my circular saw here, so this is gonna be what it's so this is what will happen. So the edge, this part of the circular saw will be pushed to this part here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold this track, push it down to prevent it from moving. So this case I'm not going to use any clamps, so just like this. So this edge of the circular saw track is perfectly aligned with the other part, the other side of the circular saw blade. So this one is really perfectly cut to measured. The distance between here to here is equal to distance between this edge of the circular saw and the blades measurement to this side. So if I'm going to use this one is I'm just going to turn on the circular saw and push it directly forward like so. So it's really smooth, but sometimes I just put a wax to make it a little bit more more slippery, so it would be easy for me to slide this one. So by using this kind of circular saw track, it would be faster for me to cut straight cuts, so like this. And the other thing also is that this side here is also going to be useful if you are going to use this one the other way. So this part here is going to be this part, and then if you're going to use it this way, then this one is also measured and fit to this circular saw. So if I'm going to use another circular saw, then it wouldn't be fit because they didn't have the same measurement, and they have different sizes. So now if gagamitin ko tong part na to, so if I'm going to use this part here for the circular saw track, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the other way of the circular saw, like this one. So I actually made this one a two-way track. So if I'm going to use it this track this way, then I can still use this one. But then most of the time I'm not going to use this part, because if I'm going to cut the part that I need for the for a cabinets or whatever. So it's really hard to cut this way because the weight of the circular saw is on this part, and the only part that's the circular saw is touching the track is this part here. So it's really hard to manage this way, so I'm using the first setup. So previously nung ginagamit ko tong circular saw track ko is ginagamit ko rin tong aking vice grip clamp. I'm using this one and not the F clamp, this one. So if I'm going to choose between these two in using a clamp for a circular saw track, then I'm not going to use this one, because time to time I'm going to adjust and I'm always going to push or to trigger this trigger for the F clamp. Then compare to this, if you set it the same thickness, then it would be easier and faster. So previously I'm using this two of this one, so because I'm using this vice clamp to fasten this part here and also on the other side. So that's what I mainly use that time. But then nung nanonood ako ng ibang video sa na gumagamit ng mga circulars ng mga track saw, Makita, Festool, or any other track saw. So yung mga track na ginagamit nila is may rubber sa ilalim. So most of the time hindi sila gumagamit ng clamp, because yung track na ginagamit nila is may rubber sa ilalim. So that's the main holder for the track. So madali sila nakakapag-cut. So yung nung nakita ko yung mga ganong setup ng mga circular saw or track saw na ginagamit nila is sinubukan ko ring lagyan ng rubber strap or rubber band sa ilalim, and then tinry ko siyang mag-cut and then without using any clamp. So yun, gumana naman, and since then hindi ko na ginagamit yung vice grip clamp ko, and madali na ako nakakapag-cut ng plywood and whatever materials that I'm going to cut with this system. So yun, kung may mga tanong kayo tungkol dito sa ginawa kong circular saw track is paki-comment lang sa comment section below, and kung hindi ka pa nakasubscribe dito sa akin channel, paki-subscribe na lang din. And then I think that's it for this video. Kung nagustuhan nyo tong aking circular saw, DIY circular saw track, paki-like na lang din yung video, and thank you for watching. You're watching DIY Architects. Peace.